How you people doing? Johnny have nothing but facts. My co-host Chris Brooks. Well. A lot to talk about this week. Make sure you guys can let me know if you guys can hear me. Try to share this and make sure that everybody can see it. Let y'all tune in real quick. What's up, people?
You scoot that way, brother?
Which one?
Just like that way. Right there.
Make sure y'all can see me.
What up? Jet lag, bro.
Jet lag? Yeah, so boy, Chris out here living the good life. So you know how that goes. You ain't 17 no more, bro. Gotta stop the madness. Now you're overpaying for it. A lot to talk about today. We'll talk about All-State football. We'll give you the rundown of the Mo Better top 10 players in the area. We have a special guest interview.
Really good guy.
Big time Billiken.
State champion.
Erwin Claggett. Trying to let you get dialed in and tuned in right quick. What's that? What does that mean? That just says SLU football.
All right.
Basketball didn't win state.
No, I'm repping basketball.
Oh, okay.
Roll with a winner.
Oh, shots fired.
Give a damn.
Early in the show, shots fired early in the show. Got a man on standby. Anywho, let's talk about 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. Chris has this list of guys that have all state.
There were a lot of guys that we already know, that for the most part gonna get all state honors, So we probably won't talk about all of them, but I think we have to talk about the one that matters most, not matters most, but matters a lot, and Isaiah Williams,
Player of the year,
2-time defending Gatorade Player of the Year. I don't know if it's ever been done in the state of Missouri. I tweeted him, big shout out to that kid, man. He puts in countless hours after practice, before practice, just paying attention to the details of his game. And it shows, for him to be able to win Gatorade Player of the Year, man. That's huge for not only just him, but it's, we always say St. Louis versus everybody. That's huge for this side of the water, So major shout out to Isaiah Williams. You got Shaman Cooper. You got Kevin Coleman,
the freshman young pup.
Gosh, I mean,
that's big time. The freshman young pup. I think he got special teams player of the year.
Yeah, special teams player of the year, and I think he has about three unofficial, official, however you want to, three scholarship offers. Mizzou, Illinois, and I forget where else.
So how do you deal with that as a coach when you have a young phenom freshman? Because with that comes a lot of extra.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with that? Like,
he has a great coach over there that's been around great players, and that's Corey Bethany, So, and I've talked to Corey, and when he first initially knew that Kevin was coming, I said, bro, you got a special one. Like, I mean, you like people don't understand. If you have the opportunity to be able to play in a fraternity called the NFL, you're a special one. I don't give a damn if you absolutely never play a game in the NFL. You're the best of the best out here.
Right.
And Kevin Coleman is one of those guys who are a special one. You know, he's one of those special ones like a Jeff Thomas, like a Ezekiel Elliott that come through here. And you just kind of know if this kid can stay healthy, keep his mind right, and focus on actually getting better relative to focusing on the scholarships part of it. He's going to be good. But Corey Bethany, you know, he just has, and as well as his family.
So he's the man for the job. He's the man to keep him humble, keep him under control.
Absolutely. You know, Corey knows how to, you know, it's like that when you're training that dog and he's got a leash around. He knows when to pull it tight, you know what I mean, to reel him back in. You know, so shout out to Corey Bethany.
He's the only freshman to receive All-State honors. Too.
Absolutely. And
That's big time.
I mean, obviously we all know about Touchdown Luther.
Yeah, it's big time.
But he's the only one.
Shout out to Miss Breeze Barbershop. I got to make sure I told you I was going to shout you out. Let us know when you're ready to be one of our proud sponsors.
I need a cut. What's her name? Miss Breeze?
Miss Breeze.
Miss Breezy. I need a cut. I'm
coming
through.
She cold with it too.
I love this
cold with
paper game. Need that. You got to.
So here's my
I want to say this. Darius Jackson from Roosevelt.
First team All-State. He had like 15 receptions, didn't he?
I don't know what the clown doing over there on the south side.
The clown doing something. We can just keep him off Twitter. You can keep him off Twitter, he will be all right.
You know, he's an emotional wreck on Twitter. I mean, it's
man.
Like, I mean, he's in a bad relationship.
I mean, look, Trey is my guy, all right? Let's not get into it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Trey Porter is my guy, the head coach over at Roosevelt. But them Twitter fingers, boy, oh, man. I mean, he big time with it. He picking fights with everybody. I mean, is he running for office or is he coaching?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say this, Trey. Trey, be careful, man. They had your head on a stake.
Man, they're gonna put that thing on a platter.
The Packers coach just got fired over a tweet.
So he ain't exempt. 10-second delay.
No, Trey, you ain't exempt. And we tell you all the time you ain't exempt.
Trey talking about he don't spread the system. We know, Trey. We know.
Equality. He's about equality. He's about doing what's right, what's fair.
What's fair.
Now, you did have a good argument.
Yeah, don't start that.
I just got to say it.
Don't start that today.
That coach got water hosed. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Jelani. Can't forget Jelani. Parkway North.
Back-to-back?
Headed to Mizzou.
Back-to-back first team?
First team all conference. Can't forget Jelani. Can't forget, obviously, all the Trinity boys. All the Lutheran North guys that got All-State. So major congrats to all of those guys.
Here's my thing, though. And so I'm always, I like to play devil's advocate.
You try.
Kyron or Vianney? The numbers he put up.
I got to go to the bathroom.
No, you don't got to go to the bathroom. We're going to have this debate on this show. This is nothing but facts. The facts are the boy tore it up this year. He had like 35 touchdowns or something. He had like 35 touchdowns. He had like, I want to say, ACD say he had 13 or 14 touchdowns at receiver. Another 18 or something rushing.
Listen, when you search Vianney, his name comes up.
He had 9 picks and 5 for touchdowns. And he don't even. I'm sorry, but listen, I love Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah, you my guy. All right, but this show is called Nothing But Facts, and the facts are Kyron from Vianney should have been Gatorade Player of the Year. I'm just saying.
I'm not getting into this argument because the people, whoever they were, those voters, I would like to say this. I would like to see how close the voting was.
I mean, that's neither here nor there.
But, well, I'm not taking anything away from Isaiah, but politics
Isaiah was the popular. Isaiah is the popular. He's the people's choice.
Yeah.
Like
not just the people's choice, but
I mean, a lot of people like Isaiah. A lot of coaches like Isaiah.
But a lot of people and coaches like Kyron too.
I agree. He got hosed on this one. I mean, we're gonna keep it all the way 100. You know, and I know the numbers dude put up this year, and he played legit teams.
They're better than what we've seen in a long time, and from a high school level.
Woo.
He did everything. You know what I mean?
Everything.
You're talking about all around
quarterback, running back, receiver. I mean, the kid did everything. So I mean, you tell me. You know, if you think I'm wrong, I mean, I think I can accept that. But I think, for the most part, that man should have got a chance to win Gatorade Player of the Year.
I'll say this. He's got a state championship.
He got 2 of them.
He does have 2 of them.
Got 2 of them.
So which one would you rather have? And I'm not trying to make it.
Show off your ring.
You know?
Show off your ring. Where your ring at today?
Listen, man.
Oh, man, you slacking, man. You slacking. You got to wake up, man.
I was singing karaoke last night.
I saw you. I saw your snap. I saw you doing a whole lot on Snap. A whole lot.
I wasn't doing a whole lot.
You was on some ooh baby. Keith Sweat.
Ooh. Let's move it on. Yeah, man. Basketball, or what do we? What?
Yeah. So let's talk a little basketball. Came out with the rankings, the top 10 rankings, and
I was singing karaoke.
Well,
Tremont Dukes.
I'll go over the list for you. The top 10. First kid at number 10 was Jeremy Shaw out of Valley Park.
The kid,
a super athletic kid.
He's rangy. I mean, just pause alone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Super athletic. Can shoot the 3 above average. Can handle it well enough, but it's electric when it comes to getting out in transition and dunking. Had a 40+ game against Brentwood,
and won the game.
Won the game.
Yeah, won the game for him on a free throw, I believe.
Buzzer beater, I think.
Yeah.
And then had 33 against Archer Farm like 2 days later. So, I mean, some people will debate the whole should he be 10 or should he be in the top 10 because of the competition, who he's playing against. I'll say this. We did a top 20 this year, and in our top 20, I would say 15 kids could have been in the top 10. That's how hard it was between 15 and really 8. 8 through 15 was tough.
Right.
Because a lot of those kids could have, and we left some kids off.
Well,
like when I went back and I looked at it, you know, I'm honest. It was some kids that might have should have got a nod over 1 or 2 kids. But that's why we updated monthly.
Well, the thing is too, I want you to explain to the viewers how, because it's not something that's I think he's better than him.
Right.
Talk to him about what your process is, who you're talking to, you know, to be able to kind of come up with this list, so it's not a biased list.
Right. So here's how it goes.
Because I know boys should have been on there from Ladue. I'm just saying. But go ahead.
I don't get a list per se. All right. So what I do is I have a committee of 4 other people that submit a list to me. Okay. Then I talk to 5 coaches, college coaches, that recruit our area, that knows our kids. And then I compile a list of all of that. And we look at a bunch of things. We look at, you know, who was the kid playing against. We look at skill set. You know, we look at matchups as far as top games they're going to potentially play. It's more than a few things that we look at when it comes to ranking a kid. It's not just, you know, I mean, because you can look at some of these kids and you can say, well, he hasn't played anybody all year or for 4 years. So, like in Jeremy's case, Jeremy hasn't really played anyone.
But what would he do against those other guys?
I think Jeremy would still get buckets. I don't know if he wouldn't score 40, but Jeremy would still get buckets. If Jeremy had to play Russell Groves, CBC, and some of those other
Dude is getting buckets. Stop it.
40? He ain't getting 40.
30?
He ain't getting 30. He's
a baller.
He'll get 20.
He understands how to
This is why we debate this.
He understands how to get the ball through the hoop. Any means necessary. You know, dude's just a baller. Like a lot of these guys on this top 10.
Jeremy plays AAU for Gateway. He had a solid summer. Again, they're Adidas program. And so some of them, their summers proved them to put them up ahead of a guy or another guy. And so, you know how it goes. We got a chance to watch some fall basketball also.
Right.
Fall league. I went down to Raymond League 2 or 3 times. I was out at Brad Billy League. Fall league.
And what was he doing?
4 or 5 times. And so
what was he
was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. I'm not knocking. Like, at the end of the day, I gave him a nod. At number 9, moving right along, Jordan Nesbitt, St. Louis Christian Academy. He's our number 9 player.
Easily could be
a big guard. He's reclassified to the sophomore class.
Cheating.
I mean, you know.
So with the reclassification, Texas, Arizona, they will reclassify their kids to give a student athlete a better opportunity to be dominant. You know, so we talk about a kid like
not only just be dominant, but a chance to go to a better school. Because when you look at it in certain classes, sometimes when you reclass, it gives you another year of basketball. And on top of giving you another year of basketball, it also puts you back where you can go in with a pretty much a lesser class per se, depending.
Listen,
it's debatable.
Listen, if I am a freshman and I start off as a freshman playing varsity, all right, and I'm getting, you know what I mean? I'm giving guys buckets. I'm not dominant, but I'm pretty damn good. And then I reclassify, and I'm a freshman again. Now, years make a difference, and people don't understand that. That's why, you know, I'm not a big advocate on putting kids on varsity as far as football, because a year makes a difference. You're talking about a kid who still playing games on his phone relative to a kid that's driving. Say what you want. A year makes a difference. You're talking about a kid who
did your son play varsity as a freshman?
He did, and I did not want him to play varsity. You want to go down this road?
I don't really want to go down this road.
Because I don't want to open up this Pandora's box.
I don't want to open up that, and I'm gonna leave that over there by the Science Center. And we're gonna move right along.
Number 8.
But just to talk about Jordan, just a little bit. Again, he reclassified to the sophomore class. He's a big guard. He's a combo guard. People would say he's a point guard. I don't think I agree with him being a point guard. I think he's more of a 2-guard and slasher.
Well, just not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
You know what I mean?
Not right now.
And when you talk about a 6'5" guard in high school, you're thinking of that kid really playing the 4 or the 5. You know, but with him being able to handle the ball and shoot the ball.
And, I mean, he was a kid that got invited to Nike League 100. He held his own. So I thought he did pretty. I thought he did solid. Coming at number 8, Malik Davis, Carter Ritter.
You just got to see this kid first.
He might be the best scorer in the top 10. I mean, dude could score the basketball with the best of them.
And he's committed to Drury University.
And he's committed to Division II school, a great Division II school that's always in, you know, top 25 Division II, always have a chance to make a run in the tournament. I'm pretty sure he's going to come in and play right away.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Malik Davis, Carter Ritter, there's really not much to say about him, man. I mean, he's not flashy. He just go get a bucket. Coming in at numbers.
What did he do against Rashawn?
So what?
What did he do against Rashawn?
I think he had 23.
Oh, okay.
He got buckets. I mean, where are you going with this?
I was just asking a question.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
Just asking a question.
Where you going with this? Anywho, number 7, Luke Chaminade. 6'5" kid, 6'4", 6'5".
I think he needs to put on some weight. I think he's a good basketball player.
So he's a big time shooter.
Yeah.
Can create space. Can get to the rack. His game has gotten better each year. So when you look at him, I mean, I like him where he's at 7.
Well, I'll say one thing about the program over at Chaminade. You know, they do a really, really good job of developing kids and putting kids in a position where they can play to their ability. You know what I mean? This kid, he can create his own shot. Sharpshooter. You know what I mean?
He's definitely a sharpshooter.
They do a good job running him off a lot of screens. But not only that, getting him into the mid-range area where he can be able to shoot the basket and get to his spots. He's kind of one of those finesse guys where he likes to get to his spots to be able to shoot the ball.
Right.
And he can flat out shoot the damn ball. He called them layups. What was it was Donnie at the V. Every time Donnie used to shoot, like layup, he'd be a half court layup. Donnie was Steph Curry.
You just knew what it was.
Donnie was Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
I don't know if he was Steph Curry.
He could shoot the damn ball.
He can shoot it a little bit. He can shoot it above average. Anyway,
Highly.
Moving right along. Number 6, Davion Bradford, Melville. Was at CBC last year. Halfway through the season, transferred out, moved out the state, came back.
Why didn't he go back to CBC?
He's a solid big man.
He's big.
6'10". I mean, a lot of schools are going to want him.
Yeah, because you know what? Size.
Yeah, 6'10".
If you coordinated, you can play a little ball, and you big. This is like in football. If you got speed, I'm going to take a chance on you because you're going to be able to run by everybody. Now, if you're going to catch the ball, I don't know. But when you're 6'10", you can move, you got good feet. Come on, we're gonna teach you. You know, so that kid he'll have opportunity to play D2, D1. Just
no, he won't be no D2 nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. 16, he ain't gonna be no D2 nothing. He's 16.
He is.
He might be a little bit slow on the feet, but he blocks shots and he dominates inside as of right now. So, man, moving right along. Number 5, Terrence Hargrove, East St. Louis. He has an argument to really be in the top 4. But again, you can only put so many.
Right.
He's a slew signee. Played for Brad Billy Lee. Thought he had a good summer. Electric in transition. Crazy hops. And can shoot the 3 and can guard the ball.
This is
shout out to Sticks and Ice.
This is a kid that you buy a ticket to go see him play.
That's a fact.
You just come because you know it's gonna be a play,
man. He likes
that potentially make it to Sports Center or your local news.
He is
each and every night.
He is lights, camera, action.
And Eastside always
Sloop getting something nice. He can do the intangible stuff too, the rebound, the loose ball. Like, he's gonna play hard. He's gonna guard.
If I'm Sloop,
if I'm Travis Ford, I'm smiling right now.
I am, but I'm also keeping a foot on the gas, making sure that he gonna come now.
He's already signed. Where you going with this?
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna move right along.
Okay.
We're gonna move right past that because I don't know where he's going with this.
Okay.
On that one. All right.
Okay.
Number 4, Cameron Fletcher of Bashan.
Mr. UCLA.
Now I'm gonna say this. The boy is special.
Are you being biased?
Yeah. But even if you say I'm being biased, other people are going to say, like, it's people arguing me up and down that he should be the number 1 player in St. Louis.
Well,
and I'm gonna tell you like this: when you get Tom Izzo, come sit in the stands and watch you play.
Well, me and you kind of
when you get John Calipari, Kentucky, sit front row to watch you play.
Well,
he has a legit chance to move from 4 to 1 or 2. He has a legit chance. It's possible.
Well, I'll say this:
the kid's special.
Those coaches that you're talking about, those coaches are coaches that come and they sit in your living room and they say, "Hey, I know you want to go to school, but I'm here to get you to the NBA.
It's a smart coach.
Just being honest.
Smart coach.
You know, you're not taking away school, and this is basketball, so it's a little bit different.
It is.
I'm not taking away. I'm not minimizing the school aspect of anything, but I'm simply saying I'm coming here. I think every kid the last 10 years that has played for Coach Izzo at Michigan State has been to a Final Four, has played in at least one Final Four. You got Calipari. We all know these caliber coaches that when we're talking about. I'm here to get you to the NBA. Simple.
Hey, like I said, boy is special, super electric in transition, can shoot the three, can defend, ball handling is much improved.
Is he the best player?
He has the highest.
I'm gonna put you. Hold on. Before you listen, hear me out.
I know where you're going with
this. Is
this.
he the best player? And I know we've had conversations about it. Is he the best player on Vashon's basketball team?
He has the highest potential on Vashon's basketball team.
That's not what I asked you.
I know.
Mr. Nothing but Facts.
I know.
Is he potentially
he is the best player on the team.
I threw you a bone.
I was trying to figure where you're going with this. I knew you were going with this.
Ask the question.
But I don't go back to the SLU stuff, man.
That's not to take away from Hoodie Rio or anybody.
You trying to put me in a tough spot?
Not a little bit, but I'm just saying. Is he? We all know what Rio, and we understand. Rio's a man. You know what I mean? I said something to his daddy. I said, I'm so glad he was talking to you. You know what his dad said? What? It didn't matter.
He do. He got dog in him.
He said it didn't matter how tall he was.
He got dog in him.
You know what I mean? So we all know. We all know.
We're gonna move right along. Number 3, Caleb Love, CBC. He like Dwayne Wade to me. He's like Flash. He shoot it.
I can see that.
Above average. He gets to the hole. He defends. Not afraid to guard the best player on the other team. And he can score the basketball.
But you know one thing, and I'm not taking away his ranking because he deserves it. I just think about big games. So the Webster Groves game, Webster Groves CBC. When you're that guy,
you gotta win.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta win. You know what I mean? He's that guy on that team.
And that's his first test this year. His first real test.
True. And he
has a few coming up.
Yeah, and
their schedule's no stops. No stops. So
not at all. And I mean they're playing CBC's not to go off onto that, but CBC is playing with a freshman point guard, and they play really good basketball, right now. So, major shout out to Mr. Caleb Love, man. He's big time. He's gonna be a special one as well.
He's big time.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a special one.
In 2 minutes.
Go ahead, man.
At number 2, Hoodie Rio, aka Mario McKinney,
aka
Migos, aka Big Time, aka I signed autographs. The boys, big time. What can you say? He's number 2 player in the area. And Armo better early preseason. He can score. He can pass. He's electric. He can guard. He's figuring it out. And now he's figuring out that he don't have to score 30 points for his team to win. So I think that's even more, adds a more of a step to him that he can figure out now that my teammates are better, so I can just get them involved even more.
But that just comes with experience and being in the system.
What that also comes with
maturity.
When you have a head coach that was a point guard, and that's always coaching you through every moment, developing your mind, not just your actual skill set of the game. So, and then you have your cousin who played at Mizzou, and so he has a lot of people that can put the knowledge into his head to help shape and mold him into the player he needs to be.
Well, I think he's doing it, and I think the biggest thing that he's understanding is, and this is, I hope everybody understands this when I say this. If Rio scores 40, I'm gonna just take it at 30 a game. Vashon probably loses. You know why?
I don't say lose, but I would say the games will be more.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more.
I'm gonna say the games will be more tighter.
But you know what I mean?
If he scores 18 or 20,
And when you say that, it's just like, wait, hold on. You know, so he only needs to. Yes, please. He only needs to score 20 for us to win, and not 35. Yes, because he's gonna have 20 and 10 and 6. You know what I mean? Or 20 and 6 and 10.
His dad texted me, by the way, and said that on 247 Sports, he's the number one player in the state. He is. Anywho, moving right along. Number one player in the area, EJ Liddell, Belleville West. The kid's special, man. He's like Charles Barkley to me. He's Mr. Do It All. Rebound. He got the handles now where he can beat you off the dribble, get to the rack.
Is he committed to Ohio State?
He's signed and sealed and delivered to Ohio State. That's where he's going. It was tight between him and Mizzou on the race, and he chose to go to Ohio State. So, man, what can you say about that?
I got something to say about that.
I'm listening.
Why Mizzou couldn't get him? Why SLU couldn't get him?
Why?
I know you in that in crowd.
I don't know why SLU didn't get him. I think it came down to for him. Actually, I don't know, because I don't want to be misquoted on this. I thought he was going to lean towards Mizzou. I really did. I thought he was going to Mizzou. I think he wanted to go to Mizzou. I think his mom, per se, was pushing more Ohio State. And I think he went ahead and leaned to where his mom wanted him to go.
Well, I think he's one and done, either way it goes.
I don't think he's one and done.
He's one and done. You know why?
I don't think he's one and done.
He's going to be asked to come into Ohio State and score.
But you do know they have two other guys that play the same position as him that were all Ohio.
And that are
in his class.
Yeah.
And you think that they're not going to play? In-state guys play.
You absolutely right, but you think he ain't gonna play?
I'm not saying he's not gonna play. What I'm saying is he's not gonna be one and done.
15 points a game.
We betting dinner on one and done. All right.
I'm glad we're recording because this guy.
I
didn't get that text.
That's our Mo Better Top 10. Coming up, Coach Claggett, the man himself, SLU Billiken, big time.
Look at him. He got his readers on, y'all.
He got his readers on.
Had to read the menu.
He's the head coach at SLU. He's also running the 2018 Legends of Winter Basketball Tournament. It's got a big time field.
No doubt.
I mean, first year running it, you got CBC, you got Carter Ritter, you got Bishop DeBerg, you got Hazelwood Central, you got Sodan, Carnahan, you got St. Louis Christian, McClure, U-City, you got Jennings.
Yeah.
I mean, how you put this together like that?
Well, I'm going to ask something before you even do that. Hell, you got all them powerhouses coming in on you. Got to play in the damn tournament.
You got to play yourself.
You got to play in the damn tournament. Go.
So what? How did this come about?
No, it just came about. All the collection of coaches kind of got together. We were all in different tournaments. Merrimack, of course, was the biggest one. Everybody can't play at Merrimack. Some of the guys are going out of town, so we are pretty cool and pretty close to each other. So we always talked about what it'd be like to kind of have a tournament where we all can kind of participate at the same time. So kind of went from there, and then we talked about different venues to have it, and I kind of stepped up and said, that I will host it for the first year, and then we'll see how it go, and then we'll kind of go from there.
So is this a thing that's going like where y'all might be moving every year to a different school, or will it just be will SLU be the host every year?
SLU will be the host probably this year, next year, and as it grows, we want to be able to outgrow SLU, and eventually we'll move it to a different venue.
Grow? I think you already.
You're coming out with everybody. And all of those teams that you talk about have opportunities to play for state championships this year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, one, it's a situation where it's just like we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get the best of the best right here, right now.
Right.
So and if you. It's almost like going out of town. You know what I mean? You play some of these teams that you never have opportunity to play, but now you get them everybody right here in your backyard. I mean, it's ballsy
Yeah.
It's definitely ballsy for everybody, but I'll be there.
So
Yeah, it's nothing unlike what the normally Christmas tournament used to be like in the past, where you had like all the top teams,
Yeah.
public school, private schools, some Illinois schools, like so it's kind of along the same length. The only difference is the fact that all the teams are pretty storied programs. They all, I think, are really good coaches, and all of us, we really get along. Everybody's pretty much friends that's participated in the tournament. So we thought, why not? You know, the better the competition is, the more people come. We just want to put up a good product and have good basketball and entertainment for everybody to see over the holidays.
So when does the tournament start for everybody that's out there?
Tournament starts December 27th. The first game is at 10:30. So we'll have roughly about 6 games each day. I think one of the days it'll be 7. So it starts Thursday, and it ends. The championship game will be on Sunday.
So will anybody potentially play 2 games, kind of like that summer tournament?
they only do that in Illinois.
Yeah, I think at Centralia back in the day they used to do 2.
They still do it over
games.
there, too.
Yeah. But it'll be 1 game, and then depending on the results, if you win or lose, you go left or go right in the bracket. But everybody will get at least, I think, at least 3 or 4 games. So it'll be a good time. I'm really excited about it, especially with all the teams, and I'm looking forward to seeing all my brothers on the sideline coaching against each other. Kind of gives it that feel how it was back in the day at Normandy with all the collection of talented teams. So nothing against Merrimack. They put on a great venue. MICDS do as well. So we just want to kind of follow on the tradition to have another tournament, give people an option over the holidays what they want to look at.
Well, I'll say this. You know, in coaching, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, whatever, there's a lot of egos. You know what I mean? So to be able to actually come to the table with all these guys and actually say, hey, we're going to get it done. And it don't matter if it's at SLU.
Right.
It don't matter
Right.
if it's at Central.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
We just want to be a part of it. You know, that speaks volumes to the character of all of these teams and coaches that are involved in it, because you don't get that.
No doubt.
Everybody wants to, it's mine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
Right.
so that speaks volumes to everybody that's involved, man. So I think it'll be something really, really special.
I'm glad you said that, because you know that says a lot about the group of guys that coach in some of the programs that Coach Albert kind of talked about. A good collection of all these different programs, private and public, good guys, good coaches, that we were able to kind of come to the table and be on one accord. You know, you don't get that too often, but really proud of all the coaches and us getting this together and seeing how big we can make it.
What format are you guys? I know you guys using the bracket style.
Yeah.
How did you guys go about the seeding process?
Well, we had our seating meeting yesterday, and we have a 14-team field where eventually we want to next year get to a 16 team. It's going to be pretty competitive because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of people, trying to buy to get in. But we want to go to a 16 field next year and beyond. But we have a 14 field team. We have the top 2 teams get a bye, and it's in a bracket format. So I believe CBC and Jennings were the top 2 seeds. But like you said, Soldan could be 1 or 2. They right up there. Hazelwood Central is doing pretty good. Brandon has a good young team. Carter Rivers played a tough schedule.
You got a tough draw. You got Carter Rivers the first round.
Well, you know, we it ain't a rebuild for us. We got a real good young team. We got some good talented young kids. Got some solid veterans kind of teaching them a way along, how we do things at the U High. So this year is all about that process of getting better each and every day, because we know we're playing kind of for the long game. When you play young kids,
right,
that's kind of what you look for.
Yeah, you throw them in the fire.
Absolutely.
You say, look, go ahead.
Absolutely.
You're a little wet behind the ears.
If you're good, I got to find out how good you are. Yeah, no doubt.
There was one team you didn't name in there, though.
I forgot. Was it Hazelwood Central?
No, you named them. Best shot.
Yes.
Vashon's not in this tournament.
Well, they got big official Friday.
Oh my goodness!
We're in the city of Palms.
Yeah, they're in the city of Palms.
I mean, we play the number 2 team in the country
it's
next Tuesday.
And that's the thing. It's no doubt that's an invitation you can't turn down. But
I mean, it's the number 1 tournament in the country.
Yeah. Hopefully, when they're done with that, then maybe they can come back on and they can come back home and be a part of this.
How do you turn it down?
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
I want to know where you're going with this today. I mean, it's a lot of Vashon stuff he got going on today. I don't know what it is. What's your schedule look like this year? I know you got a young team. Did you change your schedule to fit your young team?
No.
Or did you schedule?
I loaded it up. Yeah, actually, I went the reverse. I'm a little bit different. Some guys play like for wins, and I believe the best thing we can do when you're playing young kids is to get them to face the toughest competition that they can face, and you challenge them. So they know how to play at a certain standard, at a certain level, that as they become sophomores, juniors, and seniors, they kind of become accustomed to. So we've kind of loaded our schedule up. Our non-conference, we already went down to Kansas City, played Rockhurst, played the defending state champion at Arkansas. Got Trinity, Soldan, East St. Louis.
Oh yeah, you loaded.
Yeah,
you loaded.
Along with our conference schedule with Chaminade and CB, and it doesn't get any rougher for us.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, John. I understand exactly what you're saying about kind of throwing them in the bar and playing the best right now. But do you feel, and I'm going to be, you're on the show, I'm going to ask the tough question. This could be a very, very slim win season.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that will hurt the confidence or help the confidence in the long run? Just because I was there when y'all were playing McClure.
Right.
And I'm listening to what you're saying in the huddle, and it's like, if they can just get it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But where do you differentiate them actually getting it and then their confidence to be able to actually continue to play this game?
Right.
There's a gray area.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of my biggest question. Do you feel that it's going to hurt you in the long run, or are you just with your dynamic of how you've always done it? Right. You know that this is going to work in year 2 or 3 with this class.
I think, and that's a legit question. Some guys talk about, the more losses you have, it can hurt the kids' confidence. That's one thing. Even the success that we've had at the U High, we've never placed a heavy emphasis on the results. The results to us has always been trying to be the best people, trying to be the best players and the best team that we can be year in and year out. And the results will kind of take care of themselves. So we know what we're up against. We're not foreign to, the task that we have ahead of us, but I think we've done a good job as a coaching staff of getting our kids to understand that the most important thing for them, one is we want them to have a good experience and to have fun, but also to kind of fall in love with the process and getting better. And we never really harbor on if they lost a game or how much they lost by or whatever the case may be. We just talk about the things that we teach and the things that we practice every day if we did them to the best of our abilities. And if we had, then we can live with whatever results. So it's more about that. So the kids, it takes a lot of pressure on them off of if they perform at the level to win the game that they needed to. So by them playing the toughest competition and knowing that if they just stay true to kind of what we do, that it would eventually work out. Our mistakes and our youth is the biggest obstacle that we have as far as if we're able to close and win games against some of the more experienced teams. It's not a talent gap. It's not a skill gap. It's just experienced youth and being accustomed to playing like varsity basketball. So once we take care of that, then we're going to be fine. So we don't really pay attention to the wins and losses. I'm not going to get fired if we don't win the game. I ain't going nowhere if I don't win the game. I'm here for the long haul. We got a good talented group of young kids.
Hey,
and I want to see it through. I want to see it all the way through.
A lot of people can't say that.
Hey, you I ain't even going to go there.
A lot of people can't say that. Let's leave it at that. Well, once again, man, the 2018 Legends of Winter Basketball Tournament. The brackets out. So,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing media-wise? I know I talked to you about it a minute ago.
Man,
Mo Better Sports would love to somewhat be a part of this as far as broadcasting, live streaming the games.
Look at this guy. Look
You
at
gonna
this
put me
guy.
on
Look,
the
he's
spot.
throwing his pitch.
Put him on the spot,
You know what I
man.
mean?
That's how you do it. See, you get him on the show, and then what are you gonna say now?
And I would love to, do
nah,
commentary.
you gonna come in too, huh?
I mean, he's part of Mo Better. I mean, we tag team.
Nah, he a Junior Billigan. His son is, so he is too.
Yeah, he's got a shirt on right now.
See,
I need a basketball shirt though.
I got you. I got you.
I'm
You
coming
ain't
in
gave
the
a man a
office.
shirt yet?
I'm coming in the
I
office
got
tomorrow
him.
after practice.
I got him. No doubt.
I'm coming in now.
But yeah, we'll talk more about what we need to do with that. No doubt.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, thanks.
So hold on, I got a few more. I know you got to get home, and the wife and
When I asked him to come on the show, the first thing he talked about, man, I passed my bedtime. I'm like, come on, man, one
he be
time
watching.
for one
I'm
time.
sure. I'm sure he be watching.
They don't be on Facebook like that.
Nah, I'll be on Facebook.
So
We ain't big time enough for him to watch.
Stop.
But we invited him on the show though.
And I'm here.
And he here.
There
He
you go.
here.
There you go.
So I know we talk about wins and losses, but even in that process, you yourself have a state championship.
No, I've been.
You've been. I'm sorry.
Got a third and a fourth.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Yeah.
As a competitor, I know we teach it's not about wins and losses. But what is your mindset? Your mindset
man.
still like?
Oh,
You know what I
losing
mean?
sucks.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
so
no,
it's like,
no. We I didn't say like we are comfortable or we okay with losing.
Which I knew that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's not it. But you can be uncomfortable and you can loathe losing, but at the same time not lose patience and lose like the vision of what we really trying to accomplish. And I think if I was really hell bent on wins and losses and I lived by it and hung by it every day, then I don't think my kids would get better, because I would be frustrated, meaning they would be frustrated, and I couldn't get them where they needed to be, and I would just kind of be going crazy at the same time. So yeah, we absolutely want to win. That's no doubt. It's St. Louis High. We used to kind of a certain thing, just like anybody else. And since in 6 years that I've been here, we had a good deal of success coming from where it was before I got there. So yeah, we want to progress, but we're able to eventually get back to the level of a Bashan or some of the Chaminade or some of the other schools that and 2 years ago that we were able to kind of compete with. We want to get back to that level.
Let me ask you a tough question. This is another put you on the spot type question. When it comes to making it to state,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the third and fourth place game? I know you finished third and finished fourth. I gotta ask the question because there's other coaches that had the same
you said they don't want it. You said they don't want
most
they don't want to play those games.
Don't want to play those games. Like most don't. Now for some it's different for
Yeah, I
others.
would agree with it.
So
Because it ain't about the coaches. It's about the kids. So at the end of the day, if it was about me and I'm used to winning a state championship, then of course if I get a third or fourth, sometimes you don't feel that way. But I think you kind of lose scope of really what it's about. To have an opportunity.
so it's more so the experience.
Just to have the opportunity. We get to do something. Basketball is something that gave a lot to me. I get to do something to give back to a lot of kids. The goal every year is to win the district championship and eventually have a chance to perform in the Final Four. These are lifelong dreams, and in a lot of cases, that's the only experience that those kids will have in that kind of venue. So who am I to kind of rob them of that or really like downplay that experience when that might be the best thing that they might have for like the rest of their life. And 30 years from now, they can look back upon that experience and be like, hey, we went to the Final Four in 2000, whatever the case may be.
Gotcha.
And if I feel a certain type of way about that, then they won't cherish those same moments. So yeah, it doesn't matter if we lose, which I've been a part. We went and we ran into a buzzsaw with Jason for 2 years that we got there, and 1 year we got third, and 1 year we got fourth. Honestly, God, true, from where And you guys probably don't know this, but for where the program was when we started 6 years ago,
It was bad.
it was real
It was
bad.
in a bad state.
And to have that experience in our third and fourth year is almost as good as winning the state championship. You know, so and like I said, it ain't about me. You know, even now, kids that have graduated, I think that first group of their seniors in college now, that's something that they can look back to and be proud of that moment. They can go look at the picture, even though it say third, it might say fourth. To them, they're champion, you know, because they were able to overcome a situation that when we got there in a short period of time of making like a Final Four. So it makes a lot.
Talk about some of your coaches on your staff, and a lot of people don't realize you're only as good as your coaches.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So talk about some of your coaches that you have that are constantly kind of, you know, and I know one, I played with them at Hazel Release, that are constantly still pushing you. And it can even be on your coaching staff, some of the guys that, you know what I mean, in their group, because iron sharpens iron.
Right.
You know, and I think in football, a lot of the guys don't utilize each other enough. Mm-hmm. You know, I know for sure there's groups of coaches in the MCC in football that get together and run ideas off of each other.
Right.
Hey, well, I did this to you. This is how you stop it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So talk about some of the coaches on your coaching staff, as well as some of the other coaches that, you know, you kind of reach out to for advice, you know, because we don't know it all.
Well, I know when I first got in, I had Coach Bassler, who was a coach at Ladue for like 20 years. He was a head coach. I had Coach Washington, who's now at Soledad, for 5 years. You know, and our personalities, just as people, like really click. You know, of course, I was a head coach and I ultimately made the decisions. But for the most part, like 99% of the time, we were all on the same page about how we were going to handle each and every kid, how we were going to handle each and every situation. We all had a say-so in whatever scheme or whatever we did. And I leaned on them guys a lot. Like, they ran practice, I ran practice. Like, we all got together. Like, it was really a brotherhood, a relationship that we kind of built in a special bond. And I think when you do that, it gives a lot of kind of credibility to your program. So if I don't see something and he's handling a kid, he has as much authority and power as I do. So he can't tell a kid to do something, and I'm not going to go behind him and say, well, this might be too harsh or might be too lenient or whatever the case may be. His decision, how he handles the kid, is his decision. He's a part of the staff. So I try to empower all the people that I've ever been around as coaches. And now we have Coach Lewis, and they're kind of falling on the same path, trying to get him to understand sort of the way we've done things. And just for him to have more of a voice and be more vocal and to be like, it's okay to coach. We want you to coach. We want you to build your own relationship with these kids outside of me and outside of Coach Bass or whatever the case may be. And then as far as the other coaches, you know, around, like we all talk. I talk to probably some of the coaches around maybe every day. It might be a different. I might talk to Coach Tatum at CBC, Coach Dale at East. I might talk to Coach Washington almost every day. Me and Coach Lee, we text pretty often. So Coach Frazier, like we all are pretty close, and we all kind of dealing with the same thing. So we lean on each other a lot. So it helps out a lot.
That's awesome.
That sounds like a coaching fraternity.
No doubt.
A lot of talks on the golf course.
They don't golf. Coach Bass golf. But I'm like the best golfer, so you know that. Ain't no competition.
You got competition, stop it.
Not much.
We're not going there. You got competition.
Got a little bit of
You got competition.
Man, meet me at Top Golf.
I ran up on you a couple times.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a couple times.
You know, that's the equivalent. You running up on me is like the equivalent of a dog chasing a car and barking. It's like the same thing.
I'm going to bite your ass.
All you do is bite my time.
I'll bite you. Don't worry about it. That'll be next time. We appreciate you coming on the show.
No doubt, man. I appreciate y'all.
And talking to us about the tournament that's coming up.
Legends a winner, baby.
And Mo Better will be there.
LOW.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Trey just said something before we let him out.
What he said?
He said we want basketball coaches to be a part of the Minority Coaches Association as well. There's a lot of information that's going to be going out. There'll be basketball clinics,
Let me know.
clinics, and things like that as well.
Let me know.
So, and it's an opportunity for coaches to be able to find other coaches. You know what I mean? As well. So we'll make sure that we get some information. Just tweet it to you or something like that, so you can sign up and see if it's something you're interested in. All right, Coach.
B. Gilmore, what's up, man?
All right, Coach.
I had to say he lost a tough one, man, in Granite City, you know.
I know he got hammered over there. He probably got hammered over there.
Well, you know what it is when you go over there. It ain't no secret.
That's how we do it in Illinois, baby. Gonna get it one way or the other.
Vinny's finest right here.
Hey, listen, this event, man, is special.
It is.
Like I remember as a kid going to the Normandy Christmas tournament and just watching as a spectator. I mean, you talking about seeing like some of the best talent around, some of the best talent, guys that's gonna have an opportunity to play Division I basketball and play, whether it be overseas, NBA, they're gonna be in the building. You know what I mean? And I remember when the V used to come out, and I'm not getting on the V train right now. I'm not getting on the V train right now, but their warm up, how they warmed up, you knew from their warm ups. There was a little drill. They used to be going underneath, somebody throwing the ball over. It was like some Harlem Globetrotter type ish.
Passing drill.
Yeah, and then everybody just shoot the ball. I'm just like,
We still do that, too.
I'm going to the V.
We still do that. You should have came.
I live right behind Hazelwood East, man. How would that have worked? Tell the people how that would have worked.
Stop it. Please stop it. Just to talk about the field once again.
Brandon said when he coming home.
John Burroughs, Hazelwood East. Who?
Gilmore said when he's coming home.
Man, what you waiting on? We've been waiting on you. Talk about the field a little bit more. Carter Ritter is going to play against SLU to open it up. John Burroughs versus Hazelwood East. Bishop DeBurge is going to play Central. Sodan versus Carnahan. Urbana. Am I saying that right? Urbana versus St. Louis Christian. McCool versus U City. And Jennings and CBC got the bye. So a loaded field for this tournament. We're definitely going to have coverage.
I'm gonna say
people
this.
out there watching. And I can't wait. Sounds like some exciting basketball.
I know Clark's still in the building, but damn me, if we playing at my house,
Ain't no way I'm playing.
I ain't playing.
Not if I got young pups and young babies. I don't know. Listen, I would have been talking to some people about how I wanted this to be seated.
Throw me a bone. Just at my house, throw me a bone. Let me play with banner.
It's just some stuff.
And that's the good thing about this. It's not class. You know what I mean? It's not conference. It's the best of the best coming together. Yep. I think this is going to be a hit. I really, really do. I really think it's going to be a hit for years to come.
I agree.
What else we got? We got a little bit of time.
We have to touch on it happened a couple weeks ago. Alden review. We didn't get a chance to touch on it last week. Got into a fight. I don't really know what to say about this. I do know what to say. I'm just careful with my words and how I want to say this. There's no place for the nonsense. There's no place. Basketball is not the place for that. And both programs should be ashamed. All right? Both administrations should have came down. I ain't gonna say super hard, but it should have been some kind of reprimand, whether it was with players and coaches. Because at the end of the day, coaches are responsible for their players. All right, and so when yours get out of line, they're a representation of who? Of you,
and your school.
So I think they both forfeited the next two games. I think it was. But I don't know if that's enough. And the kids that were fighting in the actual thing, I mean, you had people coming out the stands.
It reminded me of
Pacers. Detroit and the Pacers. That's what it reminded me of. Like
that's exactly what I was gonna say. It's unfortunate. I will say this before I even.
You got young kids watching this.
You do, but I'll say this: the kids that were involved in the fight, none of them have ever had any disciplinary actions, anything at school prior to.
So then, how do you get to that point then?
I'm just
a competitor.
I'm just throwing it
I mean,
out there.
I've gotten to the point where I wanted to, put these hands.
Right.
But I also had used my brain and was like, nope, I'm gonna get him another way. How I'm gonna get him? I'm gonna kill him the whole game. That's how I'm gonna get him.
You're absolutely right. But my point in saying that was because there's always a stigma. You know what I mean? There's always they go to Riverview, they always fight.
Stigma, man.
You know what I mean? And that's not fortunate for those kids or their program. Even though
that black eye and stigma is more so towards black schools.
Very, very true. Very, very, very true. But I say that to say that the emotions got the best of him, and I watched it. It was not something that
was terrible.
It was terrible. You know what I mean? It's not something that anybody could ever be proud of. It was terrible. And they went to the hearing. No kids were expelled from school.
I don't think anybody should be expelled.
I don't either. Yeah. But no kids were kicked off the team either.
I don't even think anyone should be kicked off the team. I just think you should be punished.
Absolutely.
I think you should get a slap on the wrist and say, hey, don't do this again. And if you do it again, XYZ. But then you had that same week you had Morgan Park and Mayfield, I think it was, out of California that got into it at the Jordan Classic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, stuff happens. I mean, it gets a little hot, it gets a little heated. Right is wrong is wrong. You slap them on the wrist and say, hey, you do it again, you're done. Then you move forward.
I just hope it don't happen again.
I hope it don't either. No place for it. Talk about CBC versus Webster Groves in the championship game of Webster tournament. It was a close one.
Do we just always expect CBC to be good?
They should be good at it.
Why?
They're a private school. They're a big private school. It should be good every year. They have no excuse.
We're talking basketball.
I ain't talking about Villa Duchesne.
We're talking basketball.
Or whatever. I love this. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
We're talking basketball.
Listen, we're talking. I don't care if it's basketball or football, even that baseball program. All three of those programs should be good every year. Most kids want to go to those schools. Most athletes in youth football talk about going to CBC. Same way about basketball. Same way about baseball. So I don't want to hear no junk or no mess about why. Why?
I'm just convinced you're not an advocate or supporter of private schools.
I'm not a big listen.
In sport.
I'm gonna say this. I don't dislike private schools. This is what I dislike. And again, this is John Albert, nothing but facts. So I'm gonna give you the facts. The facts is that people of color look at certain private school institutions and have their mind wrapped around it that that's going to fix their child, or that situation is the best for their child. And that's not the case for every kid. There's a situation for every kid, all right? And in most cases, depending on the path that you pick for your child, that's not always the best path for them as far as high schools. It's like
that same argument about.
Hear me out. It's like sending a kid that's been at a St. Louis public school, or a public school, not a St. Louis public. It's been in a public school from kindergarten all the way through 8th grade, and then you send them to a private school.
But it also works.
And they're not teaching the same thing.
It works vice versa, though. Been in private all your life and going to public.
Well, where'd you go?
I went to Hazelwood East.
Where'd you go before that?
I was in the Lindbergh district.
So you always went to a public school?
I always went to a public school.
And what are your sons on now?
I always went to a public
That's
school.
not what I asked you.
What are you getting at?
What I'm saying
My son has always went private.
Okay, what made you go private then? You got to listen. This is why I'm asking.
What made me go private with my son is...
I'm asking you this because... Hold on, let me finish. I'm asking you simply because you got a public school education. You got a degree. You played in the NFL. What's wrong with the public school education?
I was not prepared, and I don't say this I shouldn't say prepared. I was
No,
not.
you said it already.
I was not as prepared as some of my friends that went to private school.
So you saying that, and again, this is on the spot. You saying that a private school education prepares you more?
In some cases.
Thank you.
In some cases.
But I just said that you looking like I was crazy.
I know, but you just make it seem like private school was the devil. Like
I don't think it's the devil.
Like don't
I
go
think
to
it's a situational thing. I don't think it's for everybody. Just like public school is not for everybody. You know, if you're in a situation where you're loose as a parent and you're not really tight on your child and you just send them to school every day, that public school education, depending on the school, might not be the school for me, fall through the cracks. That's a fact. I'm giving you facts. But it's the same when it comes to private school too. You can look at some of those situations and you can fall through the cracks. It's a lot of freedom.
Very, very true.
You got a lot of downtime in between classes. So, like, I just want people to stop looking at situations and downgrading that situation. Just say it's not for you.
So everybody should go to Vashon.
No, this is not about Vashon. I don't know why you keep bringing up Vashon. You know what? I got on the Vashon show today, so I get it. This is not about Vashon at all.
Hey, we're running out of time, but I think it's something that we need to address. So, this guy over here,
Mike.
This guy over here appreciates you, brother.
Can we get big time on the show?
My mic on. So earlier this week, actually, I'm sorry, latter end of last week.
We got you. Say no more. Say no more. He got it on right now.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Last week, at the latter part of last week, there was a post that was made. I won't name who named the post because I don't want them tarred. It's about what the new rule is with coaching kids, youth, and then going to high school. One, I just want to clarify. The rule is not in place. Has not been voted on. Stop believing all these mass texts and everything that you see. Now, granted, potentially, appreciate you, Clyde. Potentially has kind of some starting to gain some traction. But one thing that we need to understand is Misha is kind of like,
be careful with your words,
the feds. Okay, they only know stuff when people start snitching,
and there's a lot of that going on.
They only know stuff when people start telling, running their mouth. You know, they don't. And this rule was only being brought up.
You know what I noticed? I noticed that from the outside looking in, a lot more football coaches beef and tell on each other than basketball.
You rarely see it in basketball.
Rarely see it.
All you see
is, I mean, it's people that don't like each other, but they don't like.
The hate is so real.
I've seen a ton of Twitter wars this year from different coaches.
I mean, we need to stop it because it's just going to get out of control. It already is out of control. But to follow up on this rule was only thought about it was only brought to the table not because of the Trinity effect. It wasn't brought up because of that. It was brought up because of soccer and wrestling.
Is that why it was brought up?
Yes. That's how it even came into play. Soccer and wrestling had nothing to even do with football.
If that rule was to pass, it would kill the rural areas.
Well, and we've had conversations. But this is the thing. The state of Missouri does everything differently from any other state. So in Georgia, Texas, wherever, the feeder programs, the Little League programs are ran by the high school. So hey, I'm playing for this little feeder team. I'm going to this high school. You don't have that here.
Right.
So what's going on is our coach, Lil Johnny, little Johnny going here, shit, I might go coach there. The rule that is potentially going to be voted on is if you coach the kid in his youth days and that kid goes to the high school that you are coaching at, that kid will be disqualified from play for 365 days.
Stupid rule.
You can't tell me if I coached Lil Johnny when he was 7 and I just so happened to go ahead and get a high school coaching job that now he's going to be disqualified. And you know how he would be disqualified? If what happened? One of y'all told.
Stupid rule.
So, again, there has to be a sunset clause. You have to be so long, I would imagine, so long removed from it.
I'll let you know when.
So long removed from it. But that's kind of my bone. Stop believing everything you hear because the rule ain't even in effect yet.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, that's the end of the show. Next week, we got a couple special guests coming in, stopping by to talk to me and Chris Brooks. It's a good week.
Real good week.
Good show tonight.
Real good show.
Don't clack there. We're going to have a lot more interviews. Got a couple college coaches going to stop by, show us some love for nothing but facts. And so we'll start getting into it a little bit more.
MMCA, stay on the lookout for MMCA, Coaching Minority Association. Very, very good opportunity for some of the coaches to be able to get involved, go to clinics here. I'm going to have some of the some high school coaches, some college coaches definitely come be a part of it to be able to try to enhance everybody's coaching ability because if you don't know, you can't say shame on you, but shame on you for not wanting to know coaching better. So,
with that being said, I'm John Albert. This is Nothing But Facts. My co-host Chris Brooks. We are signing out. See you next week.
Go Big Red.
B-side.